This really is shaping up to be a commodity super cycle 2.0. These banks are going to face margin calls. You cannot buy 4.4 billion ounces of silver. It just doesn't exist.
This is about ownership more than anything else. It's about physical ownership.
And cue the fire. It is so bad. The government is currently having secret meetings, Scott Bessent, about silver, plus the U.S. Mint suspends all sales. Nope, back away, nothing to see here. You cannot have anything. And the Don comes out and says, we have a multi-trillion-dollar problem. All hell breaks loose tomorrow at 10 a.m. And the betting odds are 73% all hell breaks loose. That has to do with the tariffs the Supreme Court is going to rule. Unconstitutional? So tomorrow, make sure your finger, two fingers, the pinky, okay, that'll go on one, and then the stinky one goes on the other. That's the sell button. Because really quick, you're going to be either clicking buy or sell. And everyone in the back end, when it comes to silver, they've let this one kind of get away a little bit. Now silver looks like a manipulated meme coin, but they're moving the margins, and quite a bit. This is not a little bit. And CME changes margin setting methodology for precious metals. And usually when you see this kind of flockery, silver markets go down. The CME margin for silver, if you guys want to trade futures, which I would recommend if you're trading silver, okay, hold the metal. Okay, everyone's happy now. Trade the paper. That's the fake stuff. And everyone goes to SLV. You're taxed at a higher rate. You see, on this channel is why you subscribe, because I teach you stuff you never learned about in school. Well, I mean, unless you were in my university class, then you would learn it. But you probably wouldn't have listened to me anyways because you had a hangover. But joke's on you, so do I. But looking at this, let's scroll down. Scroll down to the margin and look at this. 85,000, which happens to be a lot more money than the sale I am running on my course, which is $199 for my futures course. Because I will tell you, clicking on a screen is so much easier when the market goes down, right? Which I know, silver family, it'll never go down. That is, unless the banks go back to their trading desk. Now, I got some pushback on this one. I mean, no pushback when I say it's been manipulated and the price has been kept down. But then when I said, yeah, Chase is actually market go up. They're running this thing up through the roof and taking profits along the way. But what if they all decide, you know what? It's time to go down. It's my birthday and it should go down at least once a year. So they all click the sell and then they go leverage, like huge. Or as Trump would say, huge, which he's going to be hit with trillions in tariffs. I'll get to that in a second. But every time this margin hike, bam, bam, bam. But it might be different this time because I would not want to get in front of this freight train to short the meme coin that they call SLV. This is on the weekly, guys. I'm letting you know this doesn't happen. I mean, in no way, shape, or form is that healthy. But I know when your account is big and fat, it feels good. The only problem with big and fat, like cholesterol, blood pressure, and now all I see stories like this. Why gold prices no longer matter in 2026. It's different this time. It will only go up forever. Well, unless you look back at history, and then that's never happened. Also in the stock market, you guys are so out of whack. 40% drop, 6-12 months away. It's always a year away. But you guys are all back to the greed again? Calm down. But just to let you know, okay, you bought over here, you'd sell over here. Also, in regards to selling, I have changed my mantra on this in the last 6 months. I will forever trade the paper, SLV, or I will trade contracts, silver contracts. But I will not sell my physical, just like I won't sell my physical properties that I own that renters are in there. But I will take loans, actually just funded today. Got a phone call this morning. And yippee, SOFR lowest since 2022, 3.6. Sorry, wrong way. And I was just talking to a guy on a plane and he said 3 point less than SOFR. So if you really got the cheddar, I pay slightly above SOFR, 3.7. I didn't even know it was possible to get less than SOFR. So you take a loan out. This is how the rich avoid taxes. Pay for 100 million. Can you live off of 100 million? So basically their tax rate is 3%. Or yours is 50 because you don't pay taxes on debt. See, click subscribe. You learn things. And I will tell you, very few people presidents. And I know some people. I always ask them, questions. Where does money come from? And I'd really like to sit down with Scott, have some questions, but he's currently in a secret meeting. I guess this silver thing is causing some problems. Secretary Besant conveys finance minstrel on securing critical minerals. I wonder what that mineral might be. Could it possibly be silver? CME launches. Now you guys can get 100-ounce silver futures to meet record retail demand. Also, if you're broke and you're like, but I don't have $83,000. Guys, there's actually arbitrage out there talking about metals, secret meetings about minerals. You could go into your bank, get a $100 box of nickels from your bank. It's worth over 145. Yes, we're cooked. This is nickel. Look at this nickel. 8.3, copper 5.9, price spread, amount of wear 145. And you see, if there is any way I could help you make money on this channel, I am going to do it. My high school students used to make like 10 grand a month doing this. That is until I taught them how to trade stocks and crypto. Then it was a lot more. I would not recommend doing this, but you buy this for $60, get a code. Some of these actually you buy them for free. And then you jump over here to Amazon and you sell it for $312. I mean, that's $200. What are you going to do with $200? But actually, this is easier. You don't have to deal with boxes coming to your house. And no, I'm not giving you the course on how to do it, because there is easier ways to skin a cat. Here was silver this morning. Guys, this was on a 2-minute. This went down almost 3%. You want to know how much you would have made on this? If this was the NASDAQ, okay? One contract, 3%. $75,000. That could be a nice down payment on a car. But guys, look at this. Look at this purple. That means it's going to pull. This is when you get a notification on your phone. You're in my new AI course. I explain all of it. So when you get that, you have what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 minutes. Get ready to make a trade. You put in a buy, it reverses. But wait, this happens all the time. And you'll be like, bravo, oh my gosh, bro, it didn't work. It's okay. Cut your loss, okay? Double bottom. Here you go again. Run it. And my student that I'm working with, he actually sent me a screenshot. That's 1%. That'd be $25,000. He's now swing trading silver. And if you want to know where it's going, look, eyeballs, swing up, chick magnet, you're hitting purple. I would be taking profit. My goal on this channel, when they do all of this to you, you stack silver, you trade silver or gold or the NASDAQ, you make money, you buy more silver, which is real money, which I need to explain something to you, just like I did to my high school class. But we currently have a problem. U.S. Mint suspends all sales of numismatic products. That's the cool ones that are hard to get. Usually come in cool little, like, not this, but yeah, this is pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. And I had a friend come over the other day. He's like, wait, you're a Trump lover? I'm like, no. I mean, I like a lot of the things the guy said. Today was a flustercluck. You guys are killing it. I mean, on the physical. But again, trade it. This is the course. I get comments. Which one? You have so many. If you are new, start here. I give you 2 courses. The price of one. Price of one. $3.99. You get it. You'll like it. You can make money from all the CME groups, all the stuff that they're doing. But now let me give you a little edumacation. I have always done this. I've always preached it. Buy or not buy. I guess you have to buy it, right? Use this stuff. This beats inflation. It always will. It just keeps up. So everyone's like, oh my gosh, did you see the prices of everything? In what? Because if we are measuring it in silver, there is no inflation. If you are measuring it in gold, no inflation. That is why I always want you to have gold, silver, Bitcoin, trade equities. Even if you were to take Las Vegas vacation, oh my gosh, the prices are going up. I can't. No, they're not. That silver is up 164%. Purchasing power, 164. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, that's a nice casino. And this is over, I don't know, 7-10 years. So when it looks like silver is mooning and gold is mooning and Bitcoin is mooning and your purchasing power is going away, it's because you're saving in the dollar. You're comparing things to the dollar, which will forever in your entire life go down. Same thing. You're oh my gosh, look how much money we've made in our home, sweetie. No, you haven't. You were just lucky enough or smart enough that you moved your debt, your dollars, into something real. And if you think the stock market is so good, compared to what? compared to the dollar. Yeah, in dollars, yeah, it looks great. It's because your purchasing power is going away. Compare it to gold or silver. I mean, gold wins. It's not winning, it's just money. Well, in a gold, silver, money system, which we are currently not in, we are in a debt-based system where no one understands how it works, not even the Fed. Or when they speak, they're just absolutely lying, like this. And then you guys repeat this. Listen to this.
You simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
See, everyone's like, oh my gosh, we finally get to figure out where money comes from. This is where we find out if it's printed.
We print it digitally. So we as a central bank, we have the ability to create money.
That's actually 50% true, 50% false.
Digitally.
Let me explain what they do, and this never leaves their system. They create a liability. Ta-da. Right out of thin air. Now, if that's money printing, okay. I know what you're thinking. Really? That's it? Yeah, a liability. They call it a reserve. Can it be spent in the real economy? No. Also, thanks for the subscribe. Then number two, what do they do with that liability? They swap a bond, which that too never leaves the system. It just goes there and it runs off. It dies. Now they're doing the same thing, the QE, QT, whatever. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, very nice. If you want to know what that is, that's you trading. You take out a contract and you made 157%, 1,240. Unless you did two contracts, then it's 2,500. Three? Okay, just keep going. Also, I do have watch lists down below because I trade every day. And I make money off of these guys that know nothing, even the president. I mean, he's a smart guy. I could never be president. Quote, okay, I want the market to go up. Here, let's just listen. And then I will teach you how the stock market works.
Today, if you announce great numbers, they raise interest rates to try and kill it. So you can never really have the kind of rally.
Okay, no, they don't raise interest rates. The bond market raises interest rates. Now, the Fed could raise their federal funds rate. Big deal. They don't kill market rallies, sir. Ever since you put this guy in, that you said, who put this guy in, your stock market's gone up.
You should have. Happens at what we want. We're going to have a lot of great months, a lot of great quarters. I want the market to go up. You announce unbelievable numbers and the market goes down.
Because the market has nothing to do with the economy. With all due respect, sir, it's all-time highs.
Because they know you're going to do everything possible in the Fed. We have a real stiff in the Fed, but that's for another day.
You've already indicted him. Oh, and in regards to the debt, right? Where does it come from, sir? Answer that. Now, I know, I just don't want to give it away. How do we solve it?
They think it's good. Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you, sir, it won't work that way. Also, there might be a thing called inflation. For every action, there's a reaction. You want to tell the credit cards, okay? 10%, that's the highest. What's going to happen? All right, you're going to crash their company, number one. Number two, they're not going to lend. What's going to happen next? I have a suggestion. It's called is my mic on? It's called a free market. Stick to the charts. Be careful about other things. Oh, I saw comments. Tell us about this. The market events, the Fibonacci. I trade Fib, but I don't trade this. I just saw Fibonacci. It's going to be 610, which, okay, it might, but I wouldn't trade it this way. With all the shenanigans that's going on, I mean, maybe. I mean, look at this. Wouldn't you like to get your hand on one of those do I have? I do. I have lots of them. These aren't. These are goofy coins. The U.S. Mint released 2026 Silver Eagle coins this morning, and they're gone. It's all gone. In regards to also, it's all gone, guys. Tomorrow, be please. Right? Sell, pinky, buy this finger. We're screwed. Trump panics over looming Supreme Court tariff ruling. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow. Learn how to trade. And he's saying trillions. Here, it's right there. You have to pay back trillions. How's that going to affect? Actually, can I get my $2,000 now? I mean, I would be happy with that 0% income tax that's coming very soon. Here we go, guys, right?
That at some point in the not too distant future, you won't even have income tax to pay.
That's it. Say, why don't you just do it now? You know, these taxes that I just paid? Millions and millions because you don't want income. You pay taxes on income. You structure your life around debt. There's no income tax, which he's very much familiar with. But trillions. Tomorrow's going to be good. Oh, and if you didn't make 157%, Tomorrow might be a 65%er. Again, learn how to do this. I love you. Change your life. 2026, moving into 2050. Give up for your flying cars. And with that, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.